On this day, 247 years ago, a large group of American colonists would sneak out at midnight and steal boxes of tea from British ships, only to dump it in Boston Harbor. Why? In the 1760s, Britain was in serious debt due to the aftermath of the 7 Years' War. In fact, Britain's debt had almost doubled from 1756 to 1763. To help with this debt, Britain began imposing much higher taxes on the American colonies. The Stamp Act of 1765 was one of the most glaring examples of this. The act raised taxes on a wide range of paper products, making day-to-day life much more expensive for the colonists. The outcry resulting from this act inspired many colonists to band together in opposition to the new tax laws. These colonists would go on to form the Sons of Liberty later that year. The Sons of Liberty would be led by Samuel Adams, with other notable members being John Hancock, Benedict Arnold, and Paul Revere. They shared and spread the ideology that taxation without representation was tyranny, and inspired many to turn away from the British Empire. Despite the uproar from the Stamp Act, the British continued to raise taxes on other products, most notably with the Townshend Acts of 1767. These acts raised taxes on many products, including tea. This caused even more unrest, to the point where thousands of English soldiers would have to be deployed to keep order. The added number of troops would lead to the Boston Massacre in 1770. In the wake of the massacre, all taxes on products listed in the Townshend Acts were lifted, except for the tax on tea. It was the sole item that was still taxed at an added rate by the British Empire. This allowed tea to become a symbol of the British Empire's control on the colonies, and it is the reason why Samuel Adams and the Sons of Liberty chose to throw boxes of it into Boston Harbor. More precisely, 342 boxes of tea were stolen and dumped from 3 British ships, the Beaver, the Dartmouth, and the Eleanor. This equated to the British losing over $1 million worth of tea. During the act itself, the Sons of Liberty dressed as Mohawk Indians for 2 reasons. The first was to hide their identities, and the second was to show that they harbored the spirit of America over the control of the British. It has been documented that 116 people helped in what would later be named the Boston Tea Party.